Hello everyone, Heccu here. So I'm finally making this interview. I'm finally going to talk to the person whose nickname I kept on hearing through multiple seasons of the Baltic Esports League. So even though Noki left HellRaisers, they managed to find themselves another Lithuanian. Today I am joined by none other than kAliNkA Rysakov. kAliNkA, how are you doing today?
I'm doing awesome. Thanks.
Good, good. I'm a tiny bit late, but people usually say that better late than never. So, congrats with getting signed by HellRaisers.
Thank you.
You got signed this May, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. So it's less than like 4 months, and it actually became a team that you so far had the most amount of HLTV games. Like I've noticed that before HellRaisers, you had a few teams, but you actually got to play a lot in different mixes and also as a sub, including teams like Spirit Academy and not even Navi. Even when it comes to the Baltic states, for example, the Baltic Esports League, you became the ultimate substitute. So teams will just call you like, "Hey, kAliNkA, we need a hard carry." Like you're like, "Yeah, sure." Like, and in the last seasons, like you didn't lose a single series, which was impressive, especially when you would get like 50 kills on one map. But that's another topic. But when it comes to your career, the reason why like you have been like playing in a mix, you've been playing like as a sub, is it due to you like maybe not seeing CS:GO as a possible opportunity like to have a career in, or was like there a different reason for that? Did you have like maybe problems finding a team that you really fit you?
Actually, playing in the substitute position, actually in Baltic region, it just was like a helping hand. Because one player couldn't play or another player couldn't play, and someone needed help. They knew I'm always available, and when I had time, I just substitute. I just played CS. That's all. And about the team, I was just waiting for an opportunity, like you said, because I didn't want to join any team. I just was looking for a team. Now I found my home.
That's good. But during that, while you were looking for like a new home, were you preparing a plan B just in case? Did you study anything?
Actually, no, I didn't study. I just finished my high school, like it's 12 classes, and I didn't go study anywhere else. Maybe it's a mistake, but it's the path I chose, and for now, nothing to do now. Yeah, nothing to do in the future for now.
Well, also while going through your history, I've noticed that you did not have a single HLTV game in March, April, and May of 2018. And that's also the period when you stopped appearing in FPL matches. All of this was right before you got signed by Kick. Did you just take a break from CSGO, or was there a different reason behind this short period of inactivity?
Actually, if I remember correctly, in February that year, we had the LAN for fun with Mix. It was me, Smike, Arch, Kubixi, and Taurus, actually. We just had like 3 Russian guys and 2 Lithuanians. Me and Taurus are friends, and I'm like, Taurus, come, let's play this tournament. We qualified and we went to LAN inside Peterborough. And after that, I had a talk with Arch, and he said we're gonna create a team, like the future Kick. So it was already in plans in February, of the end of February, and we had a secret like fifth player. It was Tyrix, and we didn't want it announced and to know anyone that he wanna start playing again, and he will playing with us. So that's why these 3 months it was like I played CS, but like very like inactive, not in the public.
Not really public.
Yeah, we didn't practice and stuff. We just were waiting for those actually 3 months to pass so we can announce the team. Because we already knew the roster, but we couldn't announce it. That's why.
Yeah, it's really cool because I thought maybe at that moment, like you decide, like, like to take a break, to reconsider, like your future, like are you staying with CS or like are you doing something else, like pursuing a different career? But no, actually, you were ready to come back with a whole team. Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Another thing that I've noticed is that you actually got to reach 3 CIS minors. One was not so long ago. That was the 2019 Katowice one. The second one is actually really interesting because it was in the end of 2016 when the Baltic teams played not in Europe but in the CIS region. Back then, you and 4 other Lithuanian players got third place at the Atlanta CIS Minor Championship. I looked up the tournament, and I have like a few questions because, like, you know, it kind of feels like this is like a big thing. This was a big thing for the Baltic states. So just a reminder for those who maybe like don't remember, because I also had to look up a lot of things. So you guys survived the group stage, you reached the playoffs. Then in the upper bracket, unfortunately, you lost in the best of 3 against Spirit. Then Spirit won against All In, who later became Vega Squadron. So that way, Spirit secured themselves a spot in the finals and in the finals of the minor and a spot in the major. That meant that the winner of the lower bracket, which would either be your Lithuanian squad or the future Vega Squadron, will also not just play in the finals of the minor, but will also guarantee themselves a trip to the major. According to what I've seen on both Wikipedia and HLTV, this series that decided which team would go to the major was a best of 1. Is it true that like back then, in the end of 2016, we were one best of 1 win away from having a full Lithuanian roster at the major?
Yeah, sadly it's true. Because we lost that series.
Yeah,
we were just... It was a miracle that we made it to the first place actually in the minor, because we didn't... Like, we had like maybe 5 pracs in total. It was a miracle how we qualified, because the same day we qualified, we had in Vilnius game on. I think it was in Vilnius, the LAN that it was each year, and I had to play on not great PC, and I had to play in quick apartment because I was in a different town. And not only me, I think Luki as well played. Yeah, Luki as well played from different apartment. We need to rent a PC or someone lend us a PC. So the fact that we qualified even is amazing, and everyone was happy, so happy. And when we played, I don't know, we just didn't practice. It was like a mixed team, but we did good probably because we played together even from back to 1.6. We just were a group of friends who was playing every time together. Like, is it mixes or with a team, doesn't matter. We played a lot of HLTV matches for the teams, like playing Dax and Lithuania. I don't know, we just enjoyed playing CS, and making even to the third place in minor. It was actually a great experience, and helped probably a lot of players in our team. But yeah, that best of 1 game is we saw how prepared were All In. I think it was All In, yeah.
Yeah, it was All In.
They just destroyed us. Actually, there's some of the rounds we were amazed. So if we had maybe more practice, would be better.
Yeah. Okay. So you're still like pretty happy with the fact that you got third place, but still, to me, it's absolutely insane that like the series that decides which team goes to the major is actually like a best of 3. Imagine like I guess like All In back then, they were an actual team, right? They were not a mix, or were they?
Yeah,
also
they were a team for a long time actually. It's right. I think right after that they were signed by Vega, if I'm not wrong.
Yes.
So it was their like they need to prove themselves that to be signed. That's why they were like very prepared for the tournament, because they needed that win.
Yeah, but when it comes to a best of 1, like even mixes can easily like win against teams. That's why like, usually one like best of 3. But well, we'll see. But that's still like actually like really insane. That would have been a huge achievement for Lithuania and the Baltics. I think since then, not a single full Lithuanian or even Baltic team got as close to a major as you guys did. Do you think it is due to the fact that Estonians, Lithuanians, and Latvians now must play in a more competitive region, which is Europe, or is it somehow related to the current player skill level?
Yeah, I don't think so because of the region, because even in Europe, it's strong region, but it's still possible to make it. The problem is there is no 5 players committed from the region. I mean, the best players doesn't commit in one team. And the same problem in Lithuania, the same problem in Latvia and Estonia. It was always the same problem. Even after 1.6, it was the problem. And because of that, they don't practice, or even if they start playing, want to make something, after a few months they just disband. It's hard to fix this thing. Maybe in the future we're gonna have bigger sponsors or organizations in our region, and maybe it's gonna help some players to motivate and buy them out because there's no doubt if five Lithuanians or any region, Estonia or Latvia, make five-man team and grind at least for 6 months, they can make it to at least a minor. Because it's really not that difficult. You just need commitment from the best players from the region, but it's almost impossible to do.
Well, Lithuanian teams dominate the last 3 seasons of the Baltic Esports League, and you sure helped them in that. But I actually wonder, like, in your opinion, if young towns would not focus like on FPL, and we would actually like pick up like 5 best players. You know, like you have like in Lithuania, you have like Bimas, you have Nuki, you have Esperanto, like you have Quake, you have like a lot of players, and like for example, including you, if that like aligns with the positions, you would say like if all of you committed, you would be able to reach a European minor at least.
Yeah, it actually depends on a lot of things, but if everyone had the same mindset and grind their way up from practicing like every day, it's actually possible. Like I believe any good player who makes a stack with the same goal, five players, they can make it. There's many, how to say it. There's many teams in the past that did it. Like maybe not in Baltics League region, but they just made a mix and made it to the minor, and after that they just started grinding and actually became a decent team. There's many examples.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say. So it's possible, but very hard because many of people's personalities clashes, and that's make the team to disband or less practice time and so on. So maybe in the future, but definitely not soon.
Oh, I mean, hopefully at some point we'll have like a full, maybe Baltic team, like like some good players from Estonia, Lithuania, like Latvia mixed together and the minor. But we'll have to live to see that. When it comes to you, you didn't get to a major yet, but you were one of the first Lithuanians in FPL. Did you get into the first season through an invite?
No, I actually qualified second month after the FPL started. I just qualified. I remember it was Isa. The two people were to qualify, and me and Isa. But back then, FPL qualifiers were hard. They were like, I think 5 or 7 days straight FPL non-stop. Now you just 2 days from 1 o'clock set to 9 o'clock. But back then it was like hardcore. You need to play whole week every day non-stop, 15 games a day. So it was kind of hard, and many cheaters back
15?
then. Yeah, it was like it didn't close. The queue didn't close. It started like whenever players get like from 12 o'clock, and it ends like at 3 in the morning or 4 in the morning. So you need to play like I remember 5 days in a row like this. It was hard, but I managed to qualify, and I guess the rest is history.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, in 2018, there was a huge kickback, which resulted in you dropping to FPLC. The demotion was due to inactivity, right?
Yeah. Actually, it was inactivity because I don't know, I just didn't play it. Maybe it probably was a mistake because every player who gets kicked from FPL kind of regrets it. But back in the day, I didn't think it was a big deal because like I just didn't play it, because if I don't play it, then I don't need to be there. So it was justified kick, in my opinion. I wasn't even sad back in the days because I don't know, back in the days I just didn't enjoy playing FPL like many people didn't. That's why they got kicked.
Yeah, because like when I saw like that you dropped to FPLC, you were before in FPL and then you dropped to FPLC. I really wondered why you were not trying to grind and to go back to FPL, because the more that I talk to players from the Baltics, the more it seems that for like young talents, showing off skill in FPLC and FPL is the best way to get reached out by good teams, like like in big orgs. In your opinion, does one success in FPL have a less effect on more experienced players like yourself?
Yeah, for now, at this point, this year, like for many young players, this is like priority to get to FPL because they hear from all the players that and see the examples like Robs and like Bimas right now. It motivates young players, and they have to get to FPL to get noticed, because if they play good, they're gonna get picked up by the team. There's also many examples of that. Like for me, actually, if I made it to FPL right now, like might change something. Even like also depends on my skill level, like how I play it. But for now, I'm not even trying to get to FPL because I'm trying to focus with the team. There's just no time to grind it out. Like I know Yekindar did it. He played practice and played late at night FPLs, but I don't know how he did it. He just won all the matches and just qualified. But I probably couldn't do that even if I tried very hard. It's very hard to balance like focusing in FPL to have a goal and focusing goal with team. Like those two goals is very hard to combine. But yeah, if in the future I have like player break or something happens, I'm probably gonna try to get FPL, but I'm not sure. We need to wait for the future. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, I really hope that maybe at some point we'll get to see you at least like to play a little bit in FPLC, because I just like follow some of the games, and it would be like really nice to see your nickname again, because at the moment we don't have the Baltic Esports League, so I kind of miss seeing your nickname like popping on my screen all the time. But for now, like I wish you to have like good practices with your team, and until we see you in maybe like FPLC or FPL, I wish you good luck with your team. Before I say goodbye to the viewers, do you have any shoutouts to your friends or maybe teammates? Shoutouts? Like
They're probably not gonna watch this interview, my teammates, but if they do, I hope we're gonna make history with the team and just qualify for the next major, because this is the ultimate goal actually, or at least make it to top 30, because some players really want to get there because they never did. So,
okay.
And for the rest, the future will tell, I guess.
The future will tell. Okay. Thank you very much, kAliNkA. Dear
Thank you.
viewers, remember to subscribe and to follow both of us on social media. Bye bye.